Alright, we got another new filament to try. Eryone Marble. So we have a fun project to print with this marble filament. This is PLA, 1.75 millimeters. Let's see how good this air seal is. Yeah, so a nice vacuum seal on the package. It's got a silica gel packet in the middle. And you can see it's kind of shiny. This has got a wrapping around it. There's a plastic wrapping around the plastic wrapping around the filament itself. So we get that off. Keeps it from unraveling, I guess. You can see that it's gray, light gray, but has little black specks in it, so marbling. The printing temperatures are from 200 to 220. It doesn't give a bed temperature, so we'll have to come up with something for that. Let's go ahead and weigh the reel, see how much we got. We'll change it to grams. And we have 1,182 grams. So looks like they shorted us a little bit because it's supposed to be 1 kilogram reel, and usually these reels weigh about 200 grams. So it could weigh 170. So we'll see. We'll have to wait till we get done with it. Other reels I've bought recently have had over 1,200 grams weighing it. Let's check the diameter. Maybe the diameter is a little bit smaller. Now it's a 20 centimeter or 200 millimeter diameter. So, all right, we'll load this up and we'll do a temperature tower to start with and a couple other tests, and we'll see how it does. All right, so first we need to create our temperature tower in STScI. We're using our same project. We created a new one for this particular filament, and since the label says 200 to 220, I'm just going to use that as our boundaries. In the past I've gone beyond the boundaries listed, and that just wastes a bunch of time. So I've never found a filament so far that printed beyond what is suggested, at least on the low end anyway. So we're going to go with this 200 to 220, and we'll go by 5 degrees. That'll give us 5 bridges, and we just render it and then export an STL file. So I already did that. So let's go back over to Simplify 3D. So I already imported in Simplify 3D, and we set up our profile here. So we've got pretty standard things we've had for other PLA filaments. Nothing exciting here. For the bed temperature, they didn't give us a bed temperature, so I'm going to use 40. That's what I use for a lot of my other PLA filaments. And for the extruder temperature, we're starting at 220 at the base. And the first bridge is 220, and then it goes down by 5 degrees. So these are the different layers that are in this tower. And then as far as cooling goes, this is the default cooling for PLA for this printer. So 0 on the first layer, 100% fan. That's the exhaust fan in the case. All right, so we'll just prepare to print, and it's going to take about 52 minutes, and we'll switch over to the time lapse. All right, I had to kill that temperature tower because it's just making a big blob. So I guess like 220 is too hot for this filament. So then I go to 220. We'll start at a lower temperature. Let's see how we do that. All right, well that print failed again. When I'm loading the filament, I'm loading it at 230, and it seems to flow fine when I'm doing load filament. So I'm not going to go lower than 225 and 240. That's our new attempt at a temperature tower for this marble filament. So we'll try this. Hopefully this will work better. Over to the time lapse. Looks better. This is what happened the first 2 times I tried to print a temperature tower. Basically terrible. The temperature was too low and the nozzle kept getting clogged, so This time the minimum temperature was 225, which is actually above the temperature that they specify on the reel. It says 200 to 220, so we're going from 225 to 240. Let's look at this. I also increased the bed temperature to 45. A little better adhesion. I think I can go to 50. Let's take a look at this. So the pointy thing only looks good at 240, which is interesting. There's nothing happening here. In fact, there's no bed adhesion, so I think I'm going to have to put this one at 240. Alright, so we'll try 240, and yeah, you can see the layer adhesion on these upper layers is not good at the lower temperatures, so see how that comes apart. Down here it's okay. Alright, so we'll try our bed adhesion and layer adhesion test at 240, and I'll go to 50 degrees on the bed. Okay, so here we are in Simplify 3D with our bed and layer adhesion test, and I set up my profile for Eryone Marble. I'm not trying to pronounce that. And temperatures, I'm going to 50 on the bed temperature and 240 on the extruder. And the cooling, I'm going to do the 0 and 100%. And speeds, keeping the same speeds, 3600 and 4200. And infill is normal for this test. And we're squishing the first layer at 90%. And the extrusion multiplier is 90, or 90%, 0.9. You want to up that, I'll have to see how this goes on this test. All right, we'll send it to the printer and go to the time lapse. It's going to take 51 minutes. See how we did. So some layering. This is not encouraging, but let's see what happens here. Bed adhesion is good at 50, so I like that. Well, it's strong, so we have good layer adhesion. Yeah, I mean, you see some layer lines, but that's, you know, with 3D printing, you see layer lines. The text. The raised text on the back looks very good. Some filling. I could change the filling issue there and fix that. And the inset text looks fine. So, all right, I think that's our temperature. So we can try to print something with this. All right. Check it out. It's a castle dice tower. Printed in the marble we tested. And it's a little tricky to get out because it has to stay low here. So let's move it up a little bit. Let's move it up a little bit. If it goes up too high, it's going to hit the crossbar there. There we go. This is used for games like Dungeons and Dragons. You can roll your dice down the stairs of the castle and they come out in this rollout area over here. So I'll show you how it works later once I get it off here. Alright, this is going to take a while, so I'll have to get it off and then I'll show you how it works. Here's the completed dice tower in action. So you take your Dungeons and Dragons dice, put them on the platform and push them down the stairs. Well, at the bottom it'll handle up to D20 at least. Where's that 20? Somewhere there. Handle to D20. And that way all your dice stay in one place and you have a much cleaner game and things don't go flying. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post a comment if you have any questions or ideas and I'll try to respond. That's all for now, but more videos are coming, and if you want to see them, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification icon if you don't want to miss one. This is STScI signing out, and keep looking up.